I'll rest when I retire. Those are the true words of a champion. Welcome back to the Sports Vault, everyone. Jersey Joe Archino back here. And the quote I just gave you is from none other than LeBron James, and who just the other day, and I'll repeat it once again, said to the media when asked about all the minutes he's been playing as of late, and that he's been playing over the last 6 seasons, basically, since he's been to 6 straight trips to the finals. He said, I'll rest when I retire. And that's the right attitude that has catapulted LeBron James to being where he is today. And I think, look, it's a valid line of questioning to ask LeBron if he's worried about it, if he's worried about all the minutes he's been having to play, because it does take your toll, especially when you're a player like him and you're in all that's expected of him on the court, playing as many positions as he does, defending as many people as he does, giving as much energy on all ends of the floor as he does. That could take its toll on you, but this is LeBron James, and like he said in that quote, I'll rest when I retire. And we don't know how much longer LeBron has to be as good as he is now. I still think it's a while, but you never know in this sport what could happen, so you've just got to go all in and give it everything you have. And I think certainly how different a place the Cavs are now than they were just a few weeks ago. And on top of that all, Kevin Love is going to be out about 6 weeks, but I think you watch the Cavs over this current 3-game winning streak, and you could just kind of get a sense that everything is cool. Everything's calm. Everything's much, much better than it was. And I think everyone has a cooler head now. Everybody in the room is getting along better. And look, the regular season in the NBA is a brutal grind. You're on the plane. You're traveling all the time. It's cold weather. It's going from this to that, to this bad weather, to that bad weather. It's not easy. It's grueling to get through the regular season in the NBA, and especially when you're a team like the Cavaliers who has a clear sight and path to walk back to the finals. So I think there comes times, and it happens, where you get into those little lull periods. I think that's exactly what happened to the Cavaliers, and it could very well happen again before the season is over, but I don't think that anyone ever was right to really worry and look into the trouble, the little losing streak that they had. Now, Kevin Love's going to be out about 6 weeks. Is that probably going to be a problem? It very well could be, but I think more than anything, all they need to do is make sure that Kevin Love is walking upright for once the playoffs come around. That's really all it comes down to. LeBron's minutes, yes, that is something you do need to continue to keep your eyes on moving forward. Will the Cavaliers make a move at the deadline? I think most likely they probably will. It's obviously not going to be Carmelo Anthony. There's no way that deal is going to get done. Kevin Love's not going to get traded. And I think that was emphatically kind of that point was made true just the other day. But to me, more than anything, they don't need the biggest piece in the world. They need guys who can they need bodies. And I think LeBron originally, when he really demanded the playmaker and all the comments and the controversy was happening, he said, basically, we just need bodies to help us survive the regular season. I think that's exactly what they need. They need somebody who they could just stick in there, help them get some minutes here and there, make some shots down the stretch, but I don't think there's really any large areas of concern for this team. J.R. Smith will be back. Kyle Korver had a very strong game against the Indiana Pacers last night, and you only have to think that once it comes down to it, in playoff time, in crunch time, how many guys have we seen LeBron elevate in that time, get open shots? I mean, Ray Allen in the Heat days. You look at last season, what Richard Jefferson was able to do en route to the championship. I thought Channing Frye was going to play a much bigger role than he did in the playoffs last season, and it was actually Richard Jefferson who played the much bigger role. But I think Kyle Korver is going to have a perfect role for him. LeBron is going to get him shots, and Kyle Korver is playing really well as of late. But at the end of the day, we all know that the buck stops with Kyrie and LeBron James. Kevin Love is that other great centerpiece player. But at the end of the day, it's all going to be about how the two of them mesh and play together. And I think we saw that evidence last season, and we'll see it again. But right now, all is looking much better for the Cavaliers. It's amazing that I can come on here and say that with the Kevin Love situation right now, but I think we'll all be looking very closely at what they do these next couple of days as we head into the All-Star weekend. But I think they really are sitting in a much better place. And look, the Celtics are hot on their trail. The Wizards are a very good team as well. But with all that being said, even if the Celtics did make a move, which I don't think that they will, obviously the Jimmy Butler thing has been something that's been rumored, and that would make them very interesting. I'll admit it would. Isaiah Thomas is great. I'm not the biggest Al Horford fan in the world, but Isaiah Thomas, you can't argue about how dynamic of a player he has been. He's been one of the best in the league. There's no doubt about it. He's top 4. I mean, look, the top 4, maybe 5 players in the league this year, it's pretty simple. It's obviously Harden and Westbrook, 1 and 2 for most people. And then after that, maybe you put LeBron and Isaiah Thomas. John Wall's probably not too far behind. But I think those guys have been the standout players, undoubtedly. Jimmy Butler, obviously, in a tough situation with the Bulls right now. But at the end of the day, the Cavs know where they're going to end up. It's just going to be a matter of do they have enough once they're there to get it done. But until the next time, everyone, Jersey Joe Archino here with the Sports Vault. You can follow me on Twitter at Joe Archino and on Instagram, Jersey_Joe_Archino. And I'll catch everybody in the next episode.